Hey everyone, Josh here. So today we've got this lovely ALH in here, coupled to an automatic transmission that has some issues. So, got the oil draining into a clean pail. So the issue is it's got a shudder to it, about 80 or 90 kilometers an hour, but right about where you want to be cruising, it'll kind of blip about 100 RPM up and then down, up and down, and it continues to do this. So if you are good or bad with Google, you'll find out these early automatics, the O1Ms, were notoriously bad for valve body issues. And yeah, if you post on any forums or Facebook, so as soon as you say automatic, everybody says run away. I have absolutely no experience with these other than taking them out and throw them in the scrap. So this will be my first automatic transmission I guess I'm digging into. So the plan is I've got some new oil and filters from ID Parts. I got a whole kit there you can get. And then I've got a new valve body. So I just got the original OEM style valve body. You can get upgraded Sonax, I think, ship kit. Or you can also get it rebuilt. This isn't a sponsor or anything like this, but KansasCityTDI.com actually has a great page, or a couple pages about these, and he'll rebuild these. He'll bore out the valve body and put bigger valves in, or something like that. He can test them and let you know what went wrong and stuff. It was just a little bit out of our price range, especially being in Canada, shipping, all that kind of stuff. I think it's about $420 US according to his website. So if you are looking for a permanent long-term fix, that would definitely be the way to go. This will be a less permanent way, I guess, doing just an OEM valve body. So I guess we'll see what we get into here. I got the oil draining, so let's get the pan off and see what's in there. Before we start this, you're going to want to make sure you've got oil dry or a pile of newspaper. From doing my V10 TDI oil or transmission oil change on jack stands, I can tell that you get transmission fluid everywhere. So lots of newspaper is nice. And the other thing that you're going to need is a torque wrench to put this new valve body on. Gets torqued to 44 inch-pounds, so that's between 3 and 4 foot-pounds. So you need a very, very low torque wrench. If you over-torque them, according to the Kansas City TDI page, you can end up with valve sticking, so you might end up worse than what you're in right now. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, let's dig into it. Here's the filter out. There's January 7th, 2003. So I don't think it's ever been changed. It's got 435,000 on it. So I guess Volkswagen says they're loop for life for a sealed unit. So I guess it's doing pretty well. I don't know if that's scary or impressive, but that's that. And in this pan, some magnets there. Lots of filings, so not sure if that's normal for 455 or 445, whatever it has on it. seems a little excessive, but we're going to put this valve body on and hope for the best. The panel cleaned out. Got a pile of metallic goodies off of there. So up next, we got to get this ribbon cable off of the old valve body. So the new valve body comes with all new solenoids, but doesn't come with a harness. So the main thing is you want to make sure we keep the harness in good shape, and we don't care so much about the solenoids. So it's got little teeth right there, and you can just see it on the other side there, which basically lock into this window here. I'm going to use a pick so you don't have to see my fat fingers here. So basically they go into lock into this window, which I've got this one broken here. You can see the crack there. So I'm going to go across. I'm not going to video this because it's kind of finicky and I've got oil dripping every which way, so I kind of, yeah, it's not a real nice spot to be trying to film and trying to lay in there and not get covered with oil. So that's the gist of it. So we got to go across, and we got 5 across the side there and then 2 at the back. So I'm going to start taking those out and we'll go from there. Also, I missed an important part about getting these off. There's a special tool that the Kansas City TDI place sells, or if you use picks, you can kind of pry, go on the back side and kind of pry down on the black connector, and then use a pick or a small flat screwdriver and kind of open that solenoid up a little bit to be able to get that locking tab out of there. So if I was to reuse those solenoids, I definitely would get the tool, but I don't care so much because I got the whole new valve block, so we'll just carry on. So that's the manual valve linkage. It's got some springs and stuff on top, so that's why I was kind of fumbling with it, getting it out, and it hooks into the valve in the valve body. Should be this thing right here. Would be that one. So new valve body has a new valve, I guess, in it. So this is it out. I'm a little concerned that I'm just wasting my time with the amount of shavings in here, or not shavings, but metal debris. It gets everywhere. So yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So if you take that plate off, just two of those small screws that hold it on. Makes it a lot easier to see inside of here. So here's, this spool came in from this side against the solenoid. This plastic plug, and this one was in from the same kind of channel but from the other side. Not sure if they're related or not, but I'm not sure if the iPhone's going to be able to pick it up. I'm just going to see there's some gentle scoring here and there. So apparently the valve body itself is a lot softer steel, or this might even be aluminum. I don't have a magnet on me, but hoping that's the issue. Lots more dirty transmission oil coming out of it, so guess I'll stop taking stuff apart and start putting stuff together. So I swapped this backing plate, I don't know what you want to call it, where it mounts the transmission or seals the transmission, from this old one. The one that came with it looks like they went curling down a gravel driveway with it. I don't know. There's a couple good dents. One right there you can see. There's a couple more, so that's kind of poor. That kind of doesn't make me feel real warm and fuzzy. There's all this metal dust inside of there yet. Definitely not as bad as what the old one was, but for a refurbished one, that doesn't make you feel real great. So anyways, here's together. So we're going to bump up line pressure here yet too. So this little star wheel, so that would face the bell housing, or like the engine, I guess, if you want to look at that way. Some of them online, they say anywhere from 15 to 30 clicks. It's kind of dark here. It's basically a star wheel. You only go in, you can't go out. So I don't know, some people say 20 to 30 and some go until it's snug. Maybe I'll go 20 or so. It was shifting fine, just that torque converter surging, so I don't know, we'll bump it up a little bit and see how it is. So you go 20 and it's snug, so I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens. I'm not sure exactly when the camera died, but the pan is back on. I'm not sure if it videoed me putting the last bolt in. One fell into the drain pan, so I had to fish that out of there. These pans are actually really nice, nice and closed. You don't lose any oil and stuff, but the issue is bolts drop in there and then it's a pain to get fished out. So anyways, so that's together. Pan is on. I've got the fill tube out. It just comes out a little stiff and it's got these little locking tabs here. I just gently kind of pried it out. And it came out nicely. Yeah, so as far as filling, it's very similar to the V10 video that I did a little while ago. If you'd noticed, when I had the pan out, you've got your drain plug back here, and there's a red straw in there stuck up about this far. So same as the V10 had one drain plug and then one fill plug. So the straw was stayed in the fill plug and then you drained out of the drain plug, obviously. Well, so this one has that straw that you thread out when you want to drain it. This was kind of dripping, so I just dropped it all together. So the straw is in there, everything's good to go. So you can fill it up through there. I'm going to fill from the bottom with my transfer pump thing. So then what you're going to want to do is fill it till it starts spinning out of that straw. Then you want to run it, put it through all the gears, and get the temperature up to 35 to 45 degrees Celsius using a VCDS to check it. And then same thing, pull the plug at the back there and fill it until it pukes out of the straw. And then you know you're set. I actually have my cable, it's in my Touareg, which is at work. So I don't have VCDS, so I'm going to do a good old-fashioned measure and refill. Whatever I took out, I'll put back in. And then think if this valve body fixes the issue, I want to do just a drain and refill again in a couple weeks, as well as do the differential fluid. So these O&Ms have, I guess, a separate cavity for the differential, which takes 75 W90 synthetic gear oil. So it's a bit of a weird setup, but anyways, we'll get to filling this thing up and we'll carry on.